Hey guys, this is Farishta, computer teacher at Girls High School, Kabul branch. And today we are on the 5th session of HTML course for 9th grades. The title of today is Kinds of HTML Elements. Let's have a look at the outline of today's lesson. The first thing that we are gonna study is heading tags, second paragraph tags, third HTML line, and then we'll work on an example that in which we'll use all the things that today we learn. Heading tags. We use heading tags or HTML heading tags for inserting headings inside our HTML document or web page. I'm sure you have already studied Microsoft Word program, at least Microsoft Word program, which is a text editor and is used for making documents like books. In there, if you noticed, we have headings, and these headings are not only one or two or three. Those are 6 headings: heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And according to their importance, they are numbered. For example, heading 1 is the most important heading. Heading 2 is less important than heading 1. Heading 3 is less important than heading 2. Heading 4 is less important than heading 3. And like this, heading 6 is less important than heading 5. Maybe some of you ask that we use those headings in writing some documents or in writing some books. So are we going to write any book in our webpage? No. Suppose that sometimes you want to make an informative website, and in that informative website you give information about different things, like maybe about the biography of some writers or some artists or other people. So in there, you need to use headings. Why? Because you are going to give information about different parts of their lives, about their personal life, about their professional life, about what they did, what they didn't, and stuff like that. So you use headings in there, and headings are graded according to their importance from heading 1 up to heading 6. Heading 1 has the biggest and the boldest text, and heading 6 has the smallest and the least boldest text in itself. There's one note: always use the heading tags for showing your website's heading, not bolding or making big the simple texts. Look, if you have simple texts and you want to make them bolder or you want to make them bigger, it's no good using heading tags. Heading tags are used only whenever you want to make headings, whenever you want to make titles. But if you want, and for making your simple texts biggest and boldest, you have other codes that during this semester I will teach you those parts as well. Right now, just you have to understand that heading tags are used only and only for making headings, not for other things. Look, as I told you, we have 6 kinds of headings: heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Heading 1 has the biggest and the boldest text, and heading 6 has the smallest ones. And we'll work on an example that all these headings are used. Don't worry about that. So we go to next title, which is HTML paragraph and HTML line. First, we start from HTML line. If you remember from our first example, in our first example, we we have shown a text that said hello world, and after that we inserted a line. The tag for making a horizontal line is H1. This tag is used for making a horizontal line, and this is a single tag. It's not a pair tag. And after that we talk about what? HTML paragraph. Look, as I told you before, if you want to make an informative web page or website, so in there you have to give detail, you have to give more information, and for giving more information you have to insert paragraphs, and for making paragraphs, inserting paragraphs in your web page, you have to use the tag of paragraph, which is P. Look, this P tag is a pair tag, and this tag is used for making paragraph. If you want to make paragraph, you have to use this tag. There's an example. In this example, you open the P tag, you close the P tag. The names are the same, but for closing a tag, you have to put a forward slash. Then you write your text, you write your paragraph, okay? And if you and I know you know everything about a paragraph. A paragraph can be 1 line up to 10 lines. So if you have 1 line of text, or you have 10 lines of text or more than that, which is only 1 paragraph and talks about 1 title, so that's 1 paragraph, and you can write that inside P tag. And there's an example. Look, this is a paragraph. This text is completely meaningless. It is only a sample text, and I will show you how to bring that, because we don't have enough time that we write real text, okay? Then in here, horizontal line is used, which is made by what? HR tag, and this paragraph is used by P tag. And let's work on an example. So for working on an example, once again, we have to open our HTML text editor, which is right now Sublime Text. Okay, this is an example from our previous lesson, so I don't want to use it. I want to make a new file. In this new file, I really apologize for for repeating these parts for many times, but it is so important and you have to understand that. The first thing that you have to insert is what? Doc type. Doc type. As I told you, doc type HTML or declaration of doc type is used for what? For determining the version of HTML and telling the version of HTML to what? To web browser. After that, for making an HTML document, you have to use HTML tag, and HTML tag is a pair tag, so you have to close the HTML tag. Then all the HTML documents are made from 2 parts. The first part is head part, and when you open the head tag, you have to close the head tag. Then the next part is body, and then you have to close the body tag. Look, as I told you, I want to show you how to use the different kinds of headings. Right now, I want to work on an example. Look, let me show you by Paint program. Look, suppose that you have a web page, and in this web page, you want to talk about the biography of an author. So you want to talk about the biography of an author. First of all, in here, you write the name of the name of author. After name of author, you have to give what? Some information about that author. Suppose these lines are lines of texts, okay? And yes, then after talking about that author, you want to divide this part from other parts. So you bring what? A line. Let me bring a thinner line. Then you bring a line. Then you want to, for example, write about what? Childhood. About childhood of that person. After childhood, you write once again more information about her or his childhood, and then you want to write about what? About his professional life. About after professional life, you give some information once again, and after her or his professional life, for example, you will write about his books. Look, you write about his books, and then in his books, maybe he has several books. For example, the first book, the second book, the third book, and in the third book, and stuff like that. Now I want to tell you about the headings. Look, this is the most important heading, which is the name of that author. Then, for example, that author can be anyone that you know, like Shakespeare, the name of Shakespeare, and a little bit information about him. Then about childhood of Shakespeare. Then about a little information about that. Then the professional life of that, the books of that, the novels of that person. Okay, so this one is gonna be what? Heading 1, and this part is gonna be what? Heading, because this is subtitle of this heading. These are going to be heading 2s, and because this is subtitle of this one, these are gonna be what? Heading 3. So look, according to the importance of titles, you give them different sizes of headings. Okay, so let's go to our web page. In here, for example, we want to talk about, I want to show that the painting in our real web page. So first of all, I want to give the name of that author. So it should be what? Heading 1. The name of author. And then I have to close the heading. After that, look, before I bring other changes, I want to save the file. I dedicate the location, and then I determine the name. For example, the name can be third.html. Why .html? Because it's gonna be an HTML document. Okay, it is gonna be a web page. So let's open our web page. This is the second. This is third. I want to open it. Yes. Right now, no. Yes. Right now I have only a blank web page which has only one thing, which is what? The name of author. So let's consider all the rules of what? Writing a heading. Look, in writing a heading, all the main words should be what? Capital. Yes. Look, this is the heading. Next, the name of that author. We give a little information regarding that. So it should be a paragraph. I have to open the P tag. P tag is always what? Per. So when I open, I have to close that as well. But inside this, I have to write about that author. I don't want to write such a sample text. So I want to show you a shortcut. So in this shortcut, we opened the Word program. In Word program, yes, and in Word program, I write equal rand. I open and close the rand and enter. Look, there are some sample paragraphs. This is a paragraph. I copy, Control C, then I go to my code, Control V for pasting. Look, this is one paragraph. After that, according to our painting, then I want to bring what? A horizontal line. So for making a horizontal line, we use the tag of what? HR. This tag is simple and this tag is single, so we are not going to close that. After that, we are going to talk about his childhood. So because his childhood is a subtitle of his name, so we write that in H2. Okay, then in H2 I write childhood, and then I close that. Okay, next I have to open the P tag and I close the P tag. After opening and closing the P tag, I go to my my Word program once again, and look, suppose this paragraph talks about the childhood of that author. Control C for copy, and then we come to our program. Control V for pasting. Look, it is about his childhood. Then we write about, for example, his professional life. It should be H2 one as well. So it's gonna be H2, and once again I paste. So I write what? Professional life, and then here I open the P tag, yes, and I paste the what? That paragraph. After that, I want to bring the what? The books of that person. It should be H2 as well. I write books, and then in books, suppose that a little bit I write about what? About his books, different books. Then I want to name all those books. For naming all those books, I open the what? H3. Yes, H3. For example, the first book, then H3 once again, the second book, and H3 once again, the fourth book. Look, it is all the codes for making a web page which looks like this one. Okay, so let's go to our code. These all are the codes. Look, our codes are not too much that you scare. No, it is not too that you be scared. It's not too much. Just we have too much texts. So just I have to press the Ctrl S for saving all the changes. Then I go to our web page. This is our web page. Look, for refreshing, you have a shortcut key, Alt D. Okay, but if you don't press that one, you can just come to here and refresh. Could you see? Look, this is something is wrong with this paragraph. Let's see what's wrong with that. Yes, look, I didn't close this one. That's why even our paragraph was bold and big like our title. Alt D and enter. Look, this is my this is the heading 1. Then I wrote something, the line, then heading 2, heading 2, heading 2. All of these three are what? The same size, the same have the same boldness, but these are what? Smaller than these three. Why? Because they are subtitles of this one. Okay, they are, this is heading 1, they are heading 2, and they are heading 3. This was, I know it's not so beautiful, but It is what today we studied, but I'm going to work on its beautification. Don't worry. But if you couldn't learn that, you will understand it in your advanced HTML course and when I teach you CSS. But once again, when I write all those codes, I give you enough information, enough detail, and I'm sure even with this detail you can understand everything about how to bring basic changes to your simple and plain a web page. So in here, first of all, I want to change the color of my headings. Look, I want to change the color of my headings. I'm repeating our yesterday's lesson. Look, I use class and I give it it's our heading name. The class name is heading. Then I come to head part and I open the tag of style. Style, yes. After opening the tag of style, what's the name of my class? Heading. What is this class? So for selecting a class, we put dot. Then we write heading. Then I open and close the curly brackets. And here I want to just make my headings italic and just change the color. For making italic, we have a code which is font style. It is italic. This is the first code. Look, these are the first code. That's why for separating this code from my next code, I have to put a semicolon. Then I want to change the color, and color is for example, which color do you like? Light blue. Control S. Let's see the changes. Look right now. It is light blue. Yes, it is light blue. But why others are not light blue? Why? Because this class is only in H1. In other H's, we didn't use this class. So just for applying that style to other headings, I Ctrl C, copy, and I paste that in other headings. This heading, and this heading. Did you see? Ctrl V. Ctrl S for saving the changes. We go to our web page. Alt D, enter. Look right now, all the headings are light blue. But it was usage of class. Look now, I want to give different colors to this heading trees. So I give it ID. This is for example, this ID is, for example, I give it B1 or book 1, okay? This one I give it ID is equal to B2, and this one is ID is equal to B3. Yes? Now, according to this ID, I select that. Look, because this is ID, I put hash. Then the name of ID B1. Then curly brackets. Then just I want to change the color. I say color. Colors, for example, for this one it is green. Okay. Look, because we don't have enough time that I write each of them individually, I copy and then paste. Look, all of them are heading B1. This is B2, this is B3, and green. For example, this green should be purple. This green should be, for example, maybe you like red. Okay. Look, Ctrl S for saving all the changes, Alt D, enter. Now you can see all the books are changed. The colors of all the books are changed. So it was did everything that I could do today, and for today it's enough. I know, and unlike our yesterday's lesson, today's lesson was so easy, and some parts of today's lesson were a repetition of our previous lesson. So when I work on those, when I want to repeat our previous lessons, I mention you, I tell you, and I hope you'll be able to catch everything. And let's go to our presentation. If anything else is remained, yes, no, nothing is remained. So for today it's enough. It's the end of a 5th session, and once again I tell you, if you have any question, you can get in touch with me via your WhatsApp group, and wish you all the best. Have a good time, and bye.